Go away. Stupid fly. Get out of here. Ugh, disgusting. Get out! Ah! So, yeah, I have entomophobia, aka insectophobia, aka fear of insects, aka my big problem. Yeah, I've had it for a while. I think I got it way back when I was like 9 or 10, and my family and I went on a vacation, and when we got home, there were like all these flies in the house. So I got the fly swatter and I started lighting them up. Now back then, I was like a professional fly hunter. Whenever a fly got into the house, I was usually the one tasked with killing it. Partly because I was good at it, but mostly because I had nothing better to do. So I was there just taking them out, and then this one fly, I don't know if it did this accidentally or intentionally, but it flew right at me and just kept hitting my forehead. So I instinctively freaked out and fell down with tears in my eyes. Oh please, Anderson. It was just a fly. Yeah, a fly that attacked me. Anderson, I think you just scare too easily. Whatever. Anyway, I was actually shaking pretty badly after that happened, and my heart rate went from like 70 to 70,000, which actually are symptoms of a phobia. And as a result of this phobia, I've had some pretty intense experiences. Well, I've actually had a lot of intense experiences, because I have my computer set up in the garage, and that's usually where they get in. But those stories are nothing special. So let's talk about the ones that are more entertaining. So this one time I was at a park, and little did I know that there was a fire ant hole nearby. And I was wearing sandals, so I was pretty vulnerable. So when I was leaving the park, I felt this really painful sting in my toe. And I looked down, and there was a fire ant that was stinging me. And first of all, what the heck did I do to you, ant? I'm walking away from your hole, not towards it. Why are you stinging me? What's your problem? And you're an invasive species, so you shouldn't be here anyway. There was also this one time when my family and I went on a vacation, and we decided to take a walk around a lake nearby. I don't remember what the lake was called. Probably something like Lake. So we got there and we walked for like 5 minutes, and then a bunch of bees started flying around us. But mainly me. So I started getting pretty nervous because I'm entomophobic. And for the whole time we went around that lake, those bees just wouldn't let up. It was like they could smell my fear. Every time I looked around, it was just bzz, bzz, bzz. Like, don't you have something better to do with bees? And the bees didn't even look like normal bees. They were about the size of normal bees, but they were all fuzzy like bumblebees. Finally, we made it back to our car. But when we were getting in, one of the bees was about to fly inside. But I closed the door just in time. And then there are fleas. Fleas are pesky, annoying, and tiny insects that have recently been a problem in my house. Like a month ago, there were fleas basically everywhere in my family's house. Whenever I went into the backyard, there were always fleas hopping on and off my legs. And when I went back inside, it was even worse. Luckily, we sprayed anti-flea stuff all around the house and the backyard, so now there are much fewer. But you know, before we sprayed that stuff, I tried that technique where you fill a bowl with water and dish soap and put a lamp over it, and I only got one flea by doing that. One! And there was definitely more than just one flea in the house. So thanks a lot, Papa Joe. Papa Joe knows? Pfft, I don't think so. I'm just kidding, Papa Joe, you're amazing. Okay, so this one time, my brother Steven was in the kitchen, and he saw something moving around on the floor. And he realized it was a cockroach, and it ran into the garage and under a cabinet. So then he called me to help catch it, and we waited for a couple minutes, and suddenly it ran out from under the cabinet, and we caught it with a cup. And when we tried to slip a piece of paper under the cup, the cockroach escaped from the cup and ran back under the cabinet. No! So then we kind of gave up. But later on, I was doing some push-ups out in the garage near the cabinet that the cockroach ran under. And you know, I was sitting there catching my breath after doing some reps, still with my hands on the ground. And while I wasn't paying attention, the cockroach apparently came out from under the cabinet, approached my hand, and started like nibbling on it. And finally, I looked at my hand, and I saw this big cockroach nibbling on it. Ah! What the heck? I got up as quickly as I could, and then just stood there not knowing what to do. The cockroach tried to get under something again, but failed. I think at this point we were both too freaked out to make logical decisions. Finally, I realized what was going on. Grabbed a cup and caught the cockroach. This time when Steven and I slid the paper beneath the cup, the cockroach didn't escape. Phew! But imagine if it did escape again. No! Ah! But luckily that didn't happen. We decided to throw the cockroach over our backyard wall. You'd better not waste your second chance, bud. AKA, don't ever come back to our house. There seem to be a lot of insects where I live. There was actually a hornet nest in my backyard like a month ago, and they were always flying around and stuff. But later we sprayed some of the flea stuff on the hornet nest and they moved out. So I guess it also works on hornets. Oh, and lastly guys, I just want to give a big shout out to all my commenters from my last video. Like, that support really motivated me to finish this video. So thanks for the comments, guys. And for the subscriptions. Like, seriously? 1 video and 5 subscribers? That's awesome.